Testing? Do we? There we go. Okay, so we do have sound. Yay, sound. We go. Excuse me. Goodness. So, amidst all the, we might as well get started. It's close, right? Oh, 8:38. Come on. It's a well, it was at 8:40. I need an approximate. I need the tilde in there or something, right? So amidst all the StarCraft pitching, we do still occasionally play games on on the channel. And so I just, I mean, we're obviously going to get back into uh, the Skyrim, and we get back to Fallout New Vegas. And I think tonight I was just like, let's do something wacky. And so I decided why not check out? We already checked out, another online game, New World. Why not check out DDO while we're here also? And so I popped in DDO, and we're gonna build. I mean, we're gonna play a couple hours, right? It's almost 9, so we'll probably play till 11 midnight, something like that, and we'll hang out. We'll go through the first few levels. I love DDO. I'm a big fan. I think DDO is my second favorite MMO of all time. I think, and it is by far my favorite with character builds. I think its character build system is the best. Truly, truly a great character build system. So we're gonna build a druid, and we're gonna build a wolf druid. Now, here's the thing: having a great build system also means that there's a lot of expertise involved, which I do not in any way possess at this point in time. So this is not this is going to be a little bit haphazard. We're going to putz through it. I think we're going to do half elf, and the reason we're going to do half elf. So this is a strength build. So we're going to go all strength, all con, maybe just enough wisdom to get by, and otherwise straight eights. Charisma is a dump stat, 100%. Int is mostly a dump stat. Dex is dumpish. So, but it's strength and con all the way. So let's go with that. I'm in the bottom corner. I think I'm okay for the most part in the bottom corner. Skill wise, that's gonna suck because we have the minus to int. We're gonna go heal for sure. I don't know how much spellcraft we actually need. This is a melee build primarily. Just keep that in mind. I'm not a big fan. I'm not going to be able to buy balance, so I'm not sure how. I'll buy a couple points of spot, but again, I'm going to fall behind on almost all of these. So, you know, and now this is all based on D&D 3.5. But so if you took third edition D&D and you crossed it with World of Warcraft's old build system, like where you had 3 trees, that's what you get. It's very clever. I love it to death. So we get 2 feats. We're not going to take spell focus, so we're not going to be much of a caster. By the way, we're going to be mostly just punchy, as much as we punch. So what does the fighter detente gives us proficiency with all martial melee weapons. That's probably good. You gain damage reduction. Feat does not stack. So you get the one thing. So if I take fighter detente, now I have access to two-handed weapons, which is what I'm going to go for. And I don't need to take any other proficiencies. And I can go straight for two-handed fighting. I think that gets me what I need to start. So we're going to go. So we have martial and we have two-handed fighting. And we got all the spells, of course, because we're a druid. So we're a divine caster. So we don't have to learn any spells or put them in our spell book or whatever. We got all our crap. Let's see what we got going on here. And you know, sort of elfy. I don't even. We need a name, Jesus. It's gonna suck. How about Grimace? He could be purple hair. Uh, I don't really have a good name. Um, Lycanos, because he's wolfy, right? Good enough. Is that enough? Are we doing that? And we'll just go neutral. And he needs this name is taken. Please enter a new first name. How about Lycanos with a C? Also taken. This is going to be hard. Um, it's actually harder than like superhero names in City of Heroes is hard, but you can always go the weird route, right? I'm sure my friend is no, that was just it's just Uber bothering me. Hey, do you want to get some food for? No, I do not want to get food from you. Uh, all right, we are Vorudon. Vorudon. Why? Because it was the random syllables I could throw together. Um, that would actually get through the unique name checker. Time. There you go. So we're gonna enter the world here, and we're gonna go through the first few levels. And oh, right, there's this goofy thing here. So, oh, right. And I got a couple other things too that need to get quickly done. Unfortunately, I have to set all my bars up, which sucks. And the main problem with the bars is that they're all gummed up with wacky stuff. I always put 3 bars up here. Let's face it, we're not going to sneak. Wild empathy. Activate this to lower an animal. I mean, we're not probably going to use that. We might call a wolf companion. We might heal the wolf companion. Goodberry, really? I can't actually read. Half Elven Bluff. No, we're good. Diplomacy. No. Intimidate. No, we're good. Summon Nature's Ally. Vaguely useful. Done. Okay. There you go. Should have a randomized name feature. Hello, East. How are you? So we are harkening back to when did DDO come out? Jeez. I mean, I'm going to look that up because now I'm curious. DDO release date February 28th, 2006. So there you go. We're back to 2006. I do want a couple more bars though. Here we go. But I'm going to put those bars. Those bars will go off to the side for now. And oh right, and so the main problem I have is you can't actually flip that bar, which is wacky. I don't know why you can't flip the main bar. We're gonna put these down to the side. Those will be for things we're not going to use that often. What do I want? I actually want to. I do not want to start at level 4. I would like to start at level 1 on Korthos or keep on the Borderlands. This is all a dream. There you go. So we're going to start as the normal start. Blue Rondo, hello.
You find yourself waiting
20 years old.
Flotsam.
Yes,
Memories of a
DDO
large white dragon
is,
striking your ship.
what, 18
come
years
flooding
old?
Back.
All right, so we're going to start on Korthos. We are a first level druid. I do plan to.
Ah, you're awake. Oi, you ain't undead.
Okay, I
are
usually
you?
move these things in a little bit so I can see what the hell I'm doing.
Can you move?
We're going to dip into Barbarian 1 or 2 levels, I think. Are you looking for survivors or looting bodies? So, yeah, okay. So he's going to lead us to the camp.
No one but you made it to the island alive.
Follow me.
It may be worth following this rogue. For now.
And this is all tutorial mission, right? So... and I don't need search on a
Here we
bar.
are.
In fact,
So you
my
wanna
search is
open
going
the
to be
lock?
so bad. That is heal. I'm never going to use wild empathy either, to be quite honest with you. Like, there's just no way. All right. What does he want? I want a great
Go
ox
ahead.
because
Give it a
I
few swings.
took that proficiency. So we're
As
going
you
to
take
equip
hold
our
of the
great
weapon,
axe.
Feeling its balance, you can't help but notice this Jeets has more he wants to say.
I'm like a barbarian, but I'm a half elf druid. What task do you have for me? Selamas is waiting for us in the cave. Yep, okay, I'll go to the cave and help
Salimus is
her.
at the grotto. Tell her to keep her knickers on.
Salimus is in the grotto.
She's a paladin. I'm pretty
I shall
sure
show
she
you the
keeps
way.
her knickers on. Pretty much all the time.
Tell me, was it exciting to see a dragon up close? Here we are. Go inside and speak with Salimus. I'll wait here for
Salinas.
Jeets.
Okay, got it. Right. So we're going into the grotto. So here's a little dungeon deal here. The nice thing about this game is when you open the dungeons, you can actually play them at various levels. In this case, this is the tutorial. You get one level, the
Is
solo
this
level.
Salimus, the cleric you were sent
Hello,
to find?
Salimus.
Who in Kyber are you?
So for some reason, I washed up on shore, and your buddy sent me up here to fight with you. My name is Varudan. I woke up on the beach to a rogue who most likely took my possessions. That's what I'm saying. I humbly apologize for my associate. He has a good heart, even if he does not always show it. I'll help you navigate this cave. Okay. Leads to a nearby fishing village. That sounds great. Lead the
First,
way.
I shall surround us with a protection
So she's
spell.
going to make sure I
Her
don't die.
spell temporarily prevents you
Good
from
for-
dying,
Very nice.
though you can still suffer injuries.
So I'm going to call my buddy.
This effect will wear off when you leave these caves.
Now, let's be about it.
I got a puppy. And I'm going to call a gray wolf. So this build is going to be, it's going to be more wolves
There must be a
than
way
you
to
can put
move.
on a sweater. That's
Try
my
up
goal
that
for this
ladder.
build.
I'll remain here and bash
I'm gonna
any
climb the
Sawari trying to
ladder.
Sneak out.
And we drop
You hear
down.
the shuffling and
Oh, and there's bad
wheezing of
guys
some
somewhere,
creature
right?
coming from the corridor ahead.
So the combat, look, combat's a little
The
floaty.
corroded
This is
lever at the rear of this
2006.
corridor most likely controls the gate where the cleric, Salimus, is waiting.
If you're looking for, like, oh, and
Good
I have a
job,
pet
but
bar.
No time to dawdle.
If you're looking
We
for an
come to
awesome
assist you. Onward to glory.
high fidelity combat
Salimus
system,
isn't
this
too
isn't
hot
it.
to
New
me.
World was
Thanks
it.
for
We
putting in the
we
good
already
words.
saw that one.
Don't you worry, Selimus. I'm here to watch your behind now.
Having said that,
The evil aura is
this
about
very...
Sawag charge!
Oh, and no one's here.
But it's empty.
And...
Oi, where's the bloody Sawagin?
Look, the door closed behind us.
It would be logical to assume...
What's great about DDO? What's great about DDO is the build system is amazing. The dungeons are great.
There are more of them up there. Stay alert.
The progression, even the itemization's pretty good. Like, now again, I'm rocking a great axe, and I have an 18 strength. Like I'm OP. The GM is a little annoyed at my build, I think, right now.
Sawagin wretches, are you scared of me? Come down and fight. For the flame!
Yeah, I have a friend who's like, I'll never play this game because this combat is too floaty. I'm like, dude, it's not about that. Pretend it's a tab target MMO.
Such is the fate of evil.
He won't.
Now,
He won't
let's
buy
find
that.
a way out of here.
All right.
Can't pick this. Anyone see a key?
Curious. I just stepped on something.
Good work. I
All
see
right.
a
So
key
he
down
stepped
there.
on a latch.
Who's up for a swim?
He's looking for a key. I'm gonna dive down and find the key.
You grab the silver key. Time to swim for the surface.
And I love the Dungeon Master narration is the best, by the way.
I'm weary. Let's take a moment to rest.
So we can rest here if we need to. We
I
don't
still
really
got
need
plenty
to,
of
but
stamina. I can go all night long.
yes,
Why
the
don't you scout
NPCs
ahead
can
then?
move fast.
Just don't get yourself in trouble.
Now you're talking. I'll take a little peep.
Oh, right. I'm gonna go with him. I'll go with him. I have enough hit points.
Crikey.
Oh, hey. I'll wait while you disable the trap. You touch the trap. But traps are gonna kill me every time because I'm a dummy. Like my character is not smart.
Ha! It was no match for yours truly. You can open the door now.
You two having fun?
I even look like a
It's
kid.
time for us to
If you
go.
think about it, like if you look at me, like I'm like, oh.
The High Priestess should be up ahead. The onus for much suffering rests
I'm not even
squarely
sure. Can I
upon her
sprint? 'Cause that
slimy,
blocks. I don't
webbed
know.
hands. There she is, performing some kind of profane blood magic.
We're gonna stick on to the High Priestess here. Best we can. I think my wolf just... no, we
According
killed
to
her.
our
I think my wolf
employer,
is
there's
fine.
a
Okay.
secret passage around here somewhere leading to Korthos. You boys look for it. I must cleanse the profane energies around the shrine.
Let Selimus do her thing. You and I'll take care of the important stuff. The treasure.
I mean, starter wooden shield, ring of water. So, I mean, we'll take all the crap. None of it's any good, by the way. Ring of water breathing doesn't suck. Oh, we got some armor. I mean, so at least we have clothes more than rags. Can I break it? Yeah, I can destroy it. So good enough.
My rogue senses are tingling. There's something
And yeah,
fishy
and
in
I
this
said,
room.
I am...
I'm
Trap
searching
from
around.
somewhere in this room. Perhaps the hidden passage to the village is in here.
So once you get that little spotty thing, you can search and then open it.
Aliens,
I'm
tidy
not
lasses and
clever.
pints up
I
the
will
wazoo. Here I come.
invariably
Almost done
not
here.
find any
The way out
doors.
is up ahead. But first, I want to reward you for your assistance. Please come speak with me.
Hello. Thank you very much. All right, so she's rewarding us. Now the question is, what do we want? I will take the Ember Great Axe because, well, that's what I do. I Great Axe. So we're gonna Great Axe, and this Ember Great Axe is, oops. Yep. Okay. Yep. Okay. Go away. Ember Great Axe is, and you probably can't read that because it's probably ridiculously small. So it's a Great Axe, so it's a D12. It is Masterwork, so +1 to attack. And then Fire Touch, it does +1 damage, fire damage. And then we exit to Korthos.
Stepping out of the grotto, you find yourself in Korthos village. The
I should put on
Sahuagin
my.
have
Did I
threatened
put
this
on my
place for
sexy?
generations.
No, I
Judging
destroyed
from
the
how it
leather
looks
armor because I'm a
now,
dummy.
The Sahuagin are winning.
Oops, I destroyed the wrong
However,
thing.
Some hopeful souls still hold out for help to arrive.
So, oops. So there's a. She wants us to check the crypt out here. And oh, there's Cruella. That was a clever name. Damn it. Oh, now I'm so sad. So we can do this on any level we want to here. We're going to go straight out. We're going to go elite, right? We're awesome. That sounds bad. It sounds like a bad idea. But I've got a Great Axe. And a dog. I mean, come on. So we're going to cast Summon Nature's Ally. Also... Oh! I mean, yeah, Baldur's Gate is a great game. I played through 2/3 of the first act. I'm still sort of putzing with it, of course.
Coming from deep in the crypt.
It absolutely
hear the
is.
strange and unsettling echoes that Kaya
So this
spoke
is the
of.
Crypt Keeper, and he will open the crypt
Passage
for
leading
us.
in.
And there are cultists in
Grim-faced
here,
but
is largely
strange.
the issue.
Sarcophagi
Yeah, Blue
line
Rhonda says, hey, did you play Baldur's Gate 3? It's the
broken
best
open
iteration of
and
D&D right
empty.
now. I would probably
Where did
agree
the
with
bodies
you.
go? You notice something strange about the wall to the west. If you search the wall, you may discover more.
So the GM's given us a hint, but my search is so bad. Now this is based on D&D 3, whereas of course Baldur's Gate is based on 5th edition D&D. So that is a difference. So here's a cultist. So we're just gonna slap that down a little bit. Now this is elite, so these guys are a little tanky, but we do have
What were those cultists up to?
JJ
This bears
Sunshine.
more investigation.
Greetings. So the nice thing I feel about DDO, and I am a fan of DDO. I did
Glimmers in the dark
I played it
passage.
back in the day.
Though rusty, this longsword is still sharp.
I will take the rusty
it's a slashing
sword.
weapon, perfect for slicing through putrid zombie flesh.
Give me one
that would
second.
resist puncturing or blood
So
drawing.
this very much is a PvE game, of course. It is a hub-based MMO. So there's a hub city,
As you
right?
slay these foul
And then you
cultists,
gather your little party and you
take
go
care
into
to keep
various
your
of
own
the
health
missions.
up.
One of the things I truly like about DDO is I think the dungeons are top-notch, right? So while you're traveling in this dungeon, you will have things like you'll have traps. And if you don't have a character with traps, you're going to have to figure out how to not die to the traps
Another
because
treasure
they're
chest. Perhaps the cultists brought it here, but it's yours
because you're
now.
so like my druid
heavy mace
solo
is a
gonna have a hard
bludgeoning
time with
weapon,
traps. Now what they're
ideal for
doing
smashing
here
apart
is they're giving us
skeletons.
these rusty
Their
weapons
bones are resistant
largely to
to
tell us that
puncturing
hey,
or
different
slashing
creatures are resistant to
weapons.
different things. I am going to ignore their advice because I have a great axe. So there are also outdoor areas that are a little bit explory. Those aren't the best, but the dungeons are really cool, and some of them actually are really
There's
well
another
done.
Sahuagin.
So here we go. So here's a Sahuagin, and he is doing some kind of chanty thing, and we're gonna try to cut him down. And we should have cut him down.
A magical
We'll
crest
bust the,
appears from the destroyed altar. If you take it with you, it may be useful later.
So yeah, those guys, if you give them enough time, they
About
will
their
summon
evil work
undead.
from further inside the crypt.
And I don't know if you can hear the GM. She's actually. I'll turn her up a little bit. I'd rather not have music though, if possible. Let me turn music off. There you go. but I'll turn the GM up a little bit because I do like it. So yeah, let's see, what did you ask specifically? So how does combat system in DDO differ from traditional MMOs, considering its roots in a tabletop role-playing game? So what you have to... that's a good question. So here's the thing. This game is very much a hybrid of the D&D 3/5 rule set and let me do one last thing while I'm talking. The D&D rule set and I think I can do, yeah, there we go. I want to try to at least vaguely tab target to find targets. And like World of Warcraft-y, like a more traditional MMO rule set. As you can see, the combat is not actually tab target. You are actually aiming, and you
There's a
can miss.
Sahuagin
Like
in
if I'm
here,
not facing
performing
the enemy,
some
like
kind
I'm
of ritual.
Come, dead son of Korthos, rise and...
Another crest drops out as you smash the altar. There might still be other altars elsewhere in this crypt.
It does use D&D sort of base rules, and you can actually probably see in the bottom right, it's tiny, but you might be able to see right here that there's actually a die. It is rolling each time. It's rolling a damn D20 and saying, hey, you rolled a 17, so you hit, or you rolled a 10 and you hit, and so on. So it very much starts rooted pretty tight in what D&D 3rd is, and then after a while it starts to, I want to say, not diverge, because it still uses the base. Oh, the DM sound is too high? Okay. I'll put her but then the numbers go nuts, right? That's the thing, right? You can so you can level from 1 to 20 here, and then up to 34. You can go beyond level 20, I think, and I don't know what the actual cap is because they've raised it recently. And so the numbers can go pretty nuts. And for instance, I do have a paladin now. I'm not playing her here because I don't, because that would be a mess because I don't know what the hell I'm doing at the moment because I haven't played in a while. And she is level 24 or some such, and like her strength is 44, right? So the numbers go beyond what you would expect in the tabletop. And so you have to be at least somewhat aware of that. Like, you know, spell DCs and so on sort of go out of whack, and you have to, then you have to understand what DDO wants you to do as opposed to say what D&D would want you to have done. What is the death saving throw system in D&D, and how does it determine the fate of a character in DDO? So, when you are knocked out in... Let me rest here. That's a res shrine. When you are KO'd in... So you can be killed, of course, by taking whatever amount of damage in DDO. You can also be incapacitated and lay there, and then it will roll death saving throws. And I'll be honest with you, JJ, I actually don't remember what D&D 3rd does for death saving throws, if I'm to be quite honest with you. But you do roll death saving throws in here, and once you can either get back up. So you might be laying there, and the fight's going on around you with your buds, and then all of a sudden you stand back up. You've made your death saving throws, and you're back on your feet. Or you could, of course, fail them and die. Or you can take more damage while you're laying there and die. Let's see if we can't get these guys killed. I do need... Come on, there we go. And he is shooting me with a bow and running around me like a dork. Okay, you stop. And as you can see, like, I'm not taking... So here's a trap, as a for instance.
It's out in the open and unprotected. And that's probably what the dead cultist
and
by
again,
the
it
chest
is
thought.
telling me that there's a trap because it's trying to do tutorial, right? So if if I actually had a good spot or a good search.
Acid sprays out of the wall
There you go.
as the gate slams shut.
Well, keep in mind that, of course, you know, you don't. There's no. We're not doing permadeath, right? You're gonna obviously be able to get back on your feet and go, but you might have to go back. You have to go back to town here, and then rest at an inn or rest at like an honest to goodness resting point to get your. And there you see, I took a little bit of damage from the acid. And I will die at some point, JJ, so you will see it. And what I should have done, but I wasn't smart, is I should have prepared some spells, but I did not. Do I have my spell book? Where the hell's my spell book? Spells. Yeah, I should have prayed for spells while I was at the resting shrine. I didn't think you'd be the type of person to play without permadeath.
In the middle of
oh
this
goodness, if I
chamber
played with
is an
permadeath,
evil
I would have to
devourer
restart
altar.
every 5
By
minutes
it,
in some
a
games.
Sahuagin rumbles.
We're gonna go
When
straight to the altar here to make sure he doesn't
collapses,
summon.
a third crest
Because I
appears.
think he needs the
It
altar to
glows
summon.
with cold magic.
Alright. So we kill him, we get the third seal. So the dungeons are cool. They have, some of them have puzzles. We'll actually see a puzzle here actually reasonably soon, which unfortunately won't seem too much because I've done it probably 40 times. But dungeons have puzzles. They have traps. Some of them are hard to
A
navigate.
magical barrier blocks the way, and behind it, another Sahuagin.
So we're gonna put the sockets
you
in.
fit the
That's
last
gonna
crest
pop
in
the.
place, and the magic shield dissipates.
Let's cast Summon
The
Nature's
Sahuagin
Ally again, maybe.
inside
Nope. Oh
spits
shit!
out
No,
in a
forget
venomous
it.
voice.
Well, now I'm stuck casting,
These
and I failed because I got.
Keep Korthos
I failed to
shall be
concentrate.
consumed by the devourer.
Looking down at a corpse on the
Oh, we're
altar,
getting our butts
the
kicked a little bit.
Sahuagin
Let's
says,
keep that in mind.
And you, dead hero of hate and blood, shall
There we
be
go.
the
We at least took him
devourer's
down.
teeth.
Okay. Got 7 hit points left. Alright, hey. Oh, altar. Kill the altar.
Your bold
Altar of the
action
Devourer.
saved Korthos and brought the Sahuagin's fell scheme to naught. The treasure chest in the antechamber is now yours.
So what adjustments or innovations does the game have introduced to adapt spell casting? So you do get spell points. You'll see my mana bar up here in the upper left. So it's not a Vancian cast system where you get, you know, a number of casts a day or whatever. There is sort of the concept of the long rest, though. And you will see that, actually. Here, I will show you. And the long rest concept is sort of done is occasionally you will run into these, which I've already used. So I've used up this long rest. By the way, if I die, I'll come back here to res before I can return. So you do have spell points that you spend and cast, and it has all of the otherwise D&D 3 trappings in the sense that you can have meta magic, so which will just up the spell point cost of your spells, but you can do, oh, I want to maximize my spells. And thus, you know, oh, it costs, instead of 10 points, it costs 15 points. Let's see what I get in this crappy chest here. I get a devoted orb of abjuration and a bunch of gems. So none of this is actually useful, but we'll take it anyway. And I think I'm done. Where is... There we go. I need to move this, though, somewhere. I'm going to move this down here. So you'll see all the quest things. You don't get any XP necessarily for killing things in a dungeon. You get it for completing these widgets here. So I got 1200 XP for that. And we're going to finish, and then we can just go to the ending. Are there any mechanics that influence the effectiveness of a long rest. Well, when you long rest, all of your widgets come back, right? So, for instance, clerics do have like divine channeling. You know, paladins have lay on hands. Bards have songs. Like classes do indeed have long rest type mechanics. There is no such thing as a short rest, so there's no sort of short rest concept where some classes are short rest, some classes are long rest. Pretty much you have spell points which come back on a rest, hit points which come back on a rest, and then you have, you know, expendable powers which will come back on a rest. So I'm going to talk to her. The Sahuagin are resurrecting the Haytans, turning their bodies into undead minions, but I put a stop to it. And she is going to give me either an Amulet of Inner Focus, which is concentration and will save +1, or Amulet of the Brute. I don't want the 2 curses. If you can read that, I don't know if you can, but it's Curse of Dullness, -1 int and -1 wisdom, but +1 bonus to con. I'm like, nah, that seems like a net loss. I'm not that smart to begin with. I'll take the Amulet of Inner Focus.
Some of the braver villagers tried to stem the Sahuagin tide, but their courage led to naught but grievous injuries.
And I will
Korthos
equip it
needs
even though
someone
it's
with
not
more
that great
than
for
just
me.
guts.
And I don't... Yeah, this starter... I'm going to kill the starter Great Axe. I'm going to kill the starter Shield. And then the rusty... All the rusty crap. I'm dropping all that stuff, effectively. There you go. Okay. And... What is this? Docent. So it's for... Warforged. I'm going to keep it to sell. How's that? So we head down into the village of Korthos here. And yeah, the graphics are 2006. Absolutely 100%. It's Mercifix Longdung. And people are playing this game. JJ says, do you prefer the D&D online gameplay more in comparison to Baldur's Gate 3 mechanisms for combat? Well, look. They're 2 different games, right? And I play them for 2 different reasons. Very simply, this game's combat is pretty rough in terms of it's a real-time system based on a 2006 MMO engine. So, obviously it's not. So I'm going to sell everything I can. I'm going to sell all the gems. I'm going to sell that and just get a little bit of random cash. And then I am going to buy... Does he have, like, real armor? Because I destroyed mine by accident. No, he's got shields. What the hell? Shields and some, like, daggers and stuff. And some level 1 spell components. So, I mean, you play them for different reasons, right? Baldur's Gate is the penultimate single-player, turn-based, isometric party build game with a lot of choices and so on. This is very much an MMO kind of vibe with a floaty 2006 combat system, which is still functional. It's good enough. Like, I don't hate it. I could see why some people bounce off it really hard and go, yeah, I'm not playing that. That's a little, that's crappy. I get it. But it has a great character build system. Like, I cannot express enough how joyous I find the character system. So the fisherman winces as he bandages his leg, and I go, what happened to you? It was the Devourer cult. So this place is under the spell of the Devourer cult. And there is a frost dragon causing the whole thing to be caked in snow, as you can see here. So they came and destroyed our Cannith crystals. We tried to stop them. Vogel here was hit pretty bad. I think I broke my ankle. We got away with 1 crystal. We put it in the basement of Korthos Hall. They'll come back for it tonight, and we are unable to stop them. I'll protect this crystal for you. Praise the silver flame. Protect the crystal. And that's fine. And so we're going to go into here. And sure, we'll do elite. Why not? We'll try it. We can always fail. So we go to the basement of Korthos Hall.
Ahead is the cellar where
So
the
I like
painted
both the games
crystal
for
is
different
hidden.
reasons, right? I would not. I wouldn't even.
You
I would
can
almost
feel
even
the
not compare them,
life-saving heat
right? I mean, you can
emanating
compare them,
from the
of course.
magic
I just
crystal
mean
Boldar spoke of. But from the shadows
I wouldn't pick one
approach
over the other.
those who
I would play one
doom
or the
Korthos
other
by
based on my
destroying
sort of
it.
whim at the time. Huge fan of Baldur's Gate 3. Absolutely, and you should be. Like, it's a great game. It is actually... Oh, and they're coming in invisible, which is the worst part. So it's sort of hard to see them, and they're going to actually try to kill this thing, and I'm trying to protect this. There we go. There's another one. And they will come in behind me if I spend too much time on this guy. Oh, geez, and he's dancing around. I'm going to let the wolves take him. Heck with it. I'm going to play defense back here. Go get him, wolves. Oh, my God. See? Nope, nope. And it is certainly possible that I fail by letting them destroy the crystal, and they did.
Shatters the crystal with a well-aimed blow. Korthos is
okay.
doomed to an icy grave.
And we have to finish and try again. That sucked, actually. But yeah, I think Baldur's Gate's a great game. I think this is a great game. Totally different reasons, though. I love the character building in here. So, okay, let's downgrade it 1. There you go. We're gonna wimp out already. Because I don't think they can kill me, but they can kill that
Ahead is the
damn... Oh,
cellar
I'm hurt
where the
now. I'm good.
painted crystal is
But they
hidden.
can kill that crystal in a heartbeat.
You can feel the life-saving heat emanating from the magic crystal Boldar spoke of. But from the shadows approach those who would doom Korthos by destroying it.
Let's summon again real quick. I think we have time. But yeah, I mean, Baldur's Gate is almost ridiculously good. Oh, there he is. And let's see if we should kill this guy. Right, 1, 2, 3. Come on, hit him. There we go. And then we're gonna back up. There's this guy. Oop, I don't want to go to see, and he just, and yeah, you know, position is sort of wonky, but these guys I think will die a little faster and hit the crystal a little bit easier, and then that's going to make it easier for me to protect the thing. Oh, whoa, hey, magic missile, stop it. I do wish I had a little bit more battlefield presence. That's one thing I do think that the 2006 engine hurts is, you know, like, right, we slide right past each other. And this guy's gonna run around, like, right? Like, I should be able to block him somehow. And that would make defending this crystal easier. If I could play 5 games for the rest of my life, what games would I play? Well, it would have to be Skyrim if I could mod it. Can I cheat and say Tabletop Simulator? One cultist left and can crystal. I would play. So I would get a copy of.
You have slain the last beast,
Either
thus
Tabletop
protecting the
Simulator
painted
with
crystal and
Magic
saving
Realm on it,
Korthos.
or a Realm Speak, which is the quote-unquote the Java version of that. So we got some blazing leather armor. So I will take all that, and I will actually equip the blazing leather armor because I can't. It requires level 2. I have to actually level the hell up to wear that. But we did protect the crystal, so we can get out of here. But you'll notice my XP was greatly reduced because A, I died, and B, I reduced it to hard. So Magic Realm in one form or another. Definitely Skyrim. Maybe Fallout 4. Oof. So that's 3. So I got at least 3 for you. So we get a quest reward here. We get Axebane, which reduces the damage taken by 4 from bludgeoning or piercing. We have Bracers of Assistance is aid. That's a spell for us. And then Spearbane, which is bludgeoning or slashing. Oh, except from bludgeoning or slashing. I'm sorry. So that is protects only against piercing, and that is only protects against slashing. I'm going to take Spearbane, because a lot of these Sahuagin seem to have spears, so we're going to go with that. And you'll notice I am... so hold on here. Give me 1 second. Where are Control E? Okay, no, Control R. Okay. So here is... Wow, that is tiny up there. And thus I didn't see it. So here is where you see... So this is where I say, hey, this is the cross between D&D and you can sort of see the D&D here in the stats. You can see D&D in the skills. This is D&D 3rd, right? All in. You got feats. Mind you will see a bazillion feats, by the way. But here is where you see sort of the World of Warcraft pop, because here I can spend these points and I get 5 points every level. And so you literally, all of your class levels, so I'm first level and I've gotten 3 ranks here. That gives me 3 character points to put in these trees. And there's other trees I can get. Obviously, you can buy some in the store or unlock them with points or whatever. But as a druid, I have Nature's Protector, Nature's Warrior, and Season's Herald. And as a half-elf, I get my half-elf tree. If I multi-class, I'll get more trees. The builds you can make are absolutely, utterly ridiculous in here. Now, I'm not going to take much of Season's Herald, because I think I'm going primarily for wolf. My build's gonna be all the wolves. We're gonna wolf all day. So the question is, there's a bear, Bloody Claws Maul. So that's almost the bear tree, almost a defensive tree. Bestial Nature, Snapping Jaws. So we're definitely going to start here. So Nature's Adept. You gain 8 hit points, +1 to hit and damage in wolf and bear forms. And that's not going to help us yet. And then we get extra Wild Empathy. Now, I don't know what else we use Wild Empathy for. So that's our channel power here. We get 3 Wild Empathies per rest. Trips. So we could go trip. Reflex and Fortitude saves go up by 1. That's not terrible for us since we have actually pretty bad ones. I don't actually like this first part of this tree. I'm looking for, like a power or something, right? Looking for something I can trigger to do some extra damage, maybe. So let's hold off for a second putting any more into that, and then let's sell the crap real quick. I don't know if we have anything to sell. We'll sell the arrows. We'll sell that. Good enough. Done. And we need to level up to 2, I'm pretty sure. Let's try to get that done here. And we're going to go... where's the inn? Where's the bar? Is this the bar? Oh, that's the tower. Okay, excellent. So, let's see. So I only gave you 3 games, JJ. I'm sorry. Other 2 games... Oh, I hate to say. So other 2 games would be... So we would switch to strategy. And I might ditch Fallout 4. If I had to choose a Bethesda game, I'd probably pick... You know, a Skyrim, but it had to be moddable. I would have to take a Paradoxy game like a Stellaris or a Crusader Kings. So Stellaris would have to probably be in there. So that could be up to, that could be 3 or 4 games that I've gotten to already. What would I mean, because, and the other thing, the other problem too is, I mean, Paradox is another one. I could bring Stellaris, I could bring EU4, and I could bring Crusader Kings. That would be 3 games right there. So I can easily use my allotment with just a couple companies worth of games. So I think I can do my spells here. I think, no? Yes. Right, and okay, so yes, my spells here are... Right, so my spells, so when I get my wolf form, then we're going to use some of these spells to actually do the attacks. Right, I remember that. I'm going to take Ram's Might. For now, that'll give me a +2 strength and damage. And I will take... What else can I take here? Is there a heal? Lesser Vigor? It's a really shitty heal, by the way, guys. But I'm taking it. Damn it, I'm going to take that. And then I'm going to put that on my bar somewhere. Done. So I now have spells. Yay, we got spells. I'm going to Spirit Bind here. Done. Are the rumors that you installed Starfield again true? No. Actually, Starfield is not on my... SSD right now, unfortunately. Or fortunately, I'm good. Like I am perfectly happy without Starfield at the moment. I played it. I got 100+ hours. It was fun enough, and then it just wore down on me a little bit. So we're gonna get help this guy, and there's a scroll locked away in the village storehouse. And he cannot get to it because the village storehouse has become overrun by all kinds of nasties. Will elite up and enter. Like those.
Dust and mold fill this
lot of vermin.
storehouse. You can hear the telltale skittering of vermin nearby.
We will still cast because we want our nature's ally. So we want all the wolves we possibly can get. And we're going to cast Ram's Might. So that gives us 5 minutes, and it's +2 strength. And, whoop, and there's a spider. Ooh, baby crawly. Whoop, and another. So yeah, what do we got here? Yeah, our strength is 20 now. Nothing wrong with a 20 strength. And I'm sure this spider. But no, who started that rumor? I need to talk to them. Having said that, I am all in, man.
The
If someone
door's
finds
lock
me,
is beyond hope of picking. Hopefully,
someone
the key
gives
is
me some
still
awesome
somewhere in
mods
the
or something,
storehouse.
I would absolutely 100% go and check Starfield out again. I have nothing against Starfield. You know, people are like, oh, you're hating on Starfield. I'm like, look, I love Starfield, except that it sucks. Like, I really want it to be way better than it is, and you know, if it gets there, I'm all for it.
This
So we're up
appears to
here.
be the main storeroom. It seems the villagers have been preparing for a protracted siege.
We got all these things coming. Everything's coming at us. We're doing pretty good here as far as taking damage, not taking damage. Again, in this case, this character's all about hitting them super hard first.
A large silver key.
There's the silver key we
Sahuagin
need.
emerges from a hidden passage, demanding the key.
Oh,
You mustn't let the
Sahuagin.
scrolls fall
Okay,
into
well, let's kill
devouring
him.
hands.
No, he hit me pretty hard, actually. And in fact, he is hitting me pretty hard. So I want to target myself. And why is that? How do we get control 1, maybe? There we go. There, we'll cast Lesser Vigor. And that gives us 2 hit points every day. It's sad that you know that it'll end up being a mod that makes the game good. 100%. So like I said, I thought Vanilla Skyrim was good enough, but it took a lot of mods to say make spell casting great and casting crafting good and survival, right? I mean, and let's go down here to see where this guy came from, by the way. I want to cast Vigor again, I think. And it only lasts, how long does it last? It lasts like a few seconds. Wow, that is the worst heal ever. Who decided that was... Who didn't give druids Cure Light? Come on, guys. So let's open this chest here. Quarterstaff, some crap, we'll take it. Do you find tinnitus gets in the way of enjoyment of everyday life, or is it more or less go unnoticed? Well, look. I mean, tinnitus is a serious business, man. Like it, day to day, it does not bother me. With any background noise at all, I am mostly unaffected by tinnitus. Having said that, some nights and laying down, it can be distracting, to say the least. And other people have, much, much worse cases. So, ear protection, kids, all the damn time. Like, anytime you're going to do a loud thing, ear protection.
The door swings open, revealing
So,
a magical
here's
sphere
one of
around
the
us.
puzzles,
It
as a
appears
for
that
instance.
the floor in this room can be moved and rotated.
So you will see that, and this is a simple plumber puzzle, right? You're going to manipulate these tiles to twist them, and that will move the light to all the different receptacles here, right? So I call these plumber puzzles. But yeah, I'm gonna say, fortunate in that my tinnitus isn't that bad most days and most evenings. I am reasonably unhindered by it. But I know that there's other people that have it way worse. And I've heard and read some pretty sad stories. Oh, so I think we can do this. Yeah, just like
The
that, and it's
protective
going to
spell
pop all the way down.
dissipates.
Done.
All that remains now is to take and
Now we
deliver
have the scroll, and now we can deliver the scroll. Done. And so we just leveled. And we're going to click finish and get out of here. Another thing I like about this game is if I want to grind, I can just redo these. I'll get less XP for them. But if I want to grind, I can do these again. And I actually don't find that I don't find that to be a problem. I think that's a great thing, right? I can just so I can get, and if I want different of the rewards. Dustin, hello, good to see you. Yeah, the puzzles can be good. They can be, frustrating, and I mean, if you play this and you're in a group, people will know these puzzles already, right? But +1 to reflex save, +1 to fortitude saves, or +5 maximum health. I mean, I'll take a reflex save.
Hero,
I'll tell you what.
it is on the people's lips as you walk by. Cautious looks have become friendly nods.
People
Then
like
word
me.
comes
Oh,
that
you
your
really
presence
like me.
is
Okay, that's
requested
cool.
in the tavern.
Oh, plus level 2. I'm sorry. Hold on. Let me go level up. So we do need to go to a druid trainer. Where is the druid trainer? Oh, he's back here. She's back here, and she's like, dude, why are you wearing rags? And I'm like, sorry. Okay, so we can either do druid, or we could... So keep in mind, we can literally go and multi-class, too, right? So you can do all the crap you can do as... But I think we're gonna... So I did try this build once before, years ago, and I did Barbarian to get the proficiencies. And then I did Druid. So I did literally like a level or two of Barbarian. Plus you get a Rage, and that's sort of cool. I could go straight Druid, because this time I took Half Elf. In the Half Elf, you get you can take what's called a Détente feat. And so I got Fighter Détente, and what Fighter Détente does is it gives you martial weapons, which gives me the Battle Axe. So, on the other hand, you could dip Fighter to get more feats. Let's just stick as a Druid. And so I get some skill points, which I don't know what to do with these skill points, if I'm to be honest with you. We are going to spend them on heal, so my heal spells are better, spot, so that I'm not totally a mess, and I suppose we'll do Spellcraft in case they have anything to do with, and then we'll take Wild Shape Wolf, so that's cool, that's what we wanted, and then it just gives you a summary. This is what you ended up with. Done. So what I need to figure out is how I put that power on my bar. Is Wild Shape, I think it's a feat, right? Am I gonna put that on a bar to... No, I did not play the City Skylines board game. I had a chance to buy the Crusader Kings board game and in the expansion for like $80, and I didn't do it. I haven't done it, and I don't know if that's a good call or a bad call. Okay, so we're wanted in the tavern, and you know what? I'm gonna be a wolf as I go in. Hey, yeah, what's up? Okay. So Sigmund is calling me in, and he's like, I'm glad you're here, Barudan. I've heard of your efforts on behalf of the village. There's a traitor here. So, the fool's planning to attack the tavern and kill me, but when he arrives, he won't find me, he'll find you. So there you go. I'm ready as I'll ever be. Let's do this. We'll do it on Elite. So now we're going to go to the Empty Tavern. We're going to cast Nature's Ally.
Your weight bears
Where's my
fruit.
damn wolf pack?
This must be the collaborator stepping in from the dark.
Okay, there he is. All right. So we're going to go talk to this collaborator, Jacoby Drexelhand. Jerk. I always thought they could make a really good Crusader Kings RPG tabletop. Have you ever heard, JJ, of Birthright? There's a campaign setting for 2nd edition D&D. and it was Birthright, and you played these scion sovereigns of the land, right? And so you leveled up as a D&D character. You could be a level 7 thief, but you were also this blood right tied to the land, and you had these king sovereignty powers that and so on. So Jacoby Drexelhand, you again. The Sahuagin blame me for your heroics. I'm sick of your tampering. So, and I always have wanted to run effectively Crusader Kings as an RPG. So yes, you're right. You got me. So okay, we're fighting. But now, oh, I should have changed up my spells, because now I actually have spells which I can use in wolf form, which are good at really great attacks. But I didn't do that because, because I'm terrible. There we go. And I probably don't need it to just kill these putzes here. I'll stick back in this. Oh, wait, hold on. I think there's. Is there. I thought there was a. No? So, yeah, let's kill these guys as best we can. It's like playing Game of Thrones meets High Fantasy. Total game changer for us. I really enjoyed Birthright. I love
gives the
Birthright.
Sahuagin pause, but you hear
More of them are
gathering
gathering outside for
a
final assault. Oh, there's a little chest here. Let's open it. I will
You
loot
notice
the
a
chest.
small chest hidden behind the bar.
I will cast on myself Lesser Vigor. There you go. So we'll get a little boost. Oh, I'll cast Ram Strength on myself too. Duh. Ram's Might. The heck? We actually played a game, a fantasy game, where they were sort of running a village and then had to, right, and it was like, sort of a weird, almost, I would say post-apocalyptic. It was fantasy, but it was,
You have weathered
but they
the
came out of their
Sahuagin storm.
sanctuary,
Now,
and so they
after
had to
that
explore
traitorous
to
Jacoby
find,
Drexelhand,
other
he must have
settlements
fled
and
into
then
the
negotiate and all that. It was a really decent campaign, also, I thought. But I always thought a hardcore Crusader King sort of thing,
Drexelhand isn't here. However, webbed footprints on the ground betray the location of a secret
So yes,
passage.
I would be down for that
Tracking
kind of game.
them may reveal
So, okay,
the
so we
way
found
to open that.
Drexelhand's
The chamber beyond the
footprints.
secret passage looks
We
ancient,
quickly turned to
predating
human
Korthos
form.
Village.
Let's go get them. Oh, we got a chest here. Let's go get the chest first. Hold on, time out, loot. A wooden shield, which we're not going to have any space for, so be it. So let's open this. And yeah, here we go. Bad guys coming somewhere. Oh yeah, there they are. All right, here they come. Come on, get them. All right, there we go. Yes, I have played Twilight 2000. Yes. Very cool, very cool setting concept, right? Always sort of had a soft spot for. There we go. Always had a soft spot for that kind of, aftermath kind of game. So we're taking a little bit of damage, even with, so our armor class is sort of. What is our armor class, by the way? Somewhere. Nope, that wasn't it. Somewhere there is. I forgot. There is some way you can see all of your combat-y bits. Armor class is 9. Woohoo! That is pretty bad, actually. Hey, what's up, Gus? How's it going, man? We're playing DDO tonight. Why? Well, just because, damn it. So I'm going to rest here at the rest shrine and take my long rest, and I'm going to prepare some spells. Not much, man. I'm just, I'm glad that the week is mostly over, the short week, because we had Monday off. And, you know, I am sort of hope. So let me see what we got here. We have Magic Fang, which natural weapons, we get an enhancement bonus of +1 to our natural weapon. So that looks pretty good. And we get Takedown. I'm going to learn Takedown for sure. You know, oh, we're getting rid of that stupid. Okay, so that's easy. So we're going to put Takedown on our bar, and we're going to put Magic Fang on our bar. And then Takedown will go here. Magic Fang will go on our buff bar here. And I'll actually move stuff like that. So now we're going to buff up the Ram's Might, Magic Fang. How long does Magic Fang last? It looks like it lasts the entire rest. So that's cool. I can dig that. And now we move onward into the dungeon here. Although we did lose our ally. So let's get our Nature's Ally back in too. So our wolf pack. Yes, there we go. We are a pack of wolves. Now let's see how this takedown goes. I did not know a wolf could flip like that. I mean, yes, I'm all for it. Let's open the door. Oh, there's Jackson Jacob and take him down. Oh, he's immune to takedown, jerk. Oh, he called in some dudes. Let's be careful here a little bit. You know who's not immune to takedown? Probably that guy. He is kicking my ass a little bit. Oh.
Siding with the Sahuagin would
Dang,
save
Skip.
his life.
Oh, geez. Okay. Oh, I'm dead. Okay. So, I'm literally rolling death saves right now. I have succeeded on one check. I don't know how many, and I'm gonna let my wolves take this. My wolf, go, buddy. I mean, he's down to 16. Oh, hey, winner. All right, and we did indeed stabilize and then got back up. Can we heal him? He's not dead. Yeah, so that's just a revive. Is there anything in here? Oh, there's a chest in here. I'm taking the chest. Corrosive gloves of armor piercing. So I do like the itemization, although I will say that a lot of the items are sort of weird hot garbage for my character. I'm gonna destroy the arrows I've gotten here. I'm gonna put on the armor. So there you go. I now have +1 leather. I'm going to take my starting rags and burn them. I think we're good. Let's get out of here. So yeah, I have a soft spot for Aftermath. I don't know if you ever played Aftermath, JJ. Twilight 2000. I have a soft spot for Twilight for 2300 AD. If you've ever seen 2300 AD. So we killed Jacoby Drexelhand, and he... so what do we got here? So we can choose one of these weapons. And obviously we're looking for the cool blue Great Axe. And so you'll see that this Great Axe... You lose the fire touch, which is +1 damage. This is a Bane weapon. And what it's going to do is give us don't know what its normal enhancement bonus is. Is it 0? But if you're fighting monstrous humanoids, you get 1d6 extra damage. So, I suppose we'll take that.
Your victories have made the village much safer,
Twilight
but only
2000
temporarily.
Came out.
It's time to take the fight to the
I want to say
Sahuagin
2300 AD.
out in the wilds of Korthos Island.
By 300 years. No, and it did, and I'll tell you why. 2300 was written after Twilight 2000, and the reason I remember that is because 2300 AD is 300 years after Twilight 2000, and it is when mankind then goes into space after the war, after the Twilight. So I think the setting is awesome. It is that low tech. Mankind just has FTL, and what you have is you have Earth, and then these corridors of stars out from Earth, where different countries or different alliances have pushed their way out. And so you have all that, you can have espionage and, stuff like, right? You have all that kind of Cold War vibe of the setting, along with a pretty hard sci-fi kind of concept going too. And it's pretty cool. And this is... Are you able to switch your character from wolf into other creatures? Pretty much the only two forms I have are wolf and bear. Like, those are the two forms you can get. You can get wolf form, you can get bear form, and then, of course, human form. It's the wild shape isn't as... you just don't have that many options as you do normally. You have effectively, I call this a less tanky DPS form. You have a more tanky, less DPS form, which is the bear. And then you have caster form. So let's go and talk to him. He wants us to... My mistress, Druzin Duraska, was assaulted and kidnapped. They were undead. He followed them to the decrepit catacombs. So obviously we're going to go get the kidnapped individual. This is simply telling us about the store, so it's a little tutorial mission. I think we have to buy something on the store. Like, there's a free thing on here. I forget what the hell I'm supposed to get, though. I wish they would just give me a thing and say, hey, this is what you're supposed to buy. What am I supposed to buy? A Sybaris spirit cake. Oh no, he wants a bottle, vintage Old Sully's grog. Okay, there we go. And he gave us 5 coins, and we have to get the 5, and we spend the 5 coins. And there you go. So we did get it, and we will take the trade to get the cake. The cakes are what revives you. Like, if you were ever incapacitated, you can just revive for free. Dustin, have you heard of Dawn of Victory mod for Sins of a Solar Empire but never released? No. Now, Sins of a Solar Empire is what? That is Stardock's, like, RTS 4X, right? If I recall. It was like a real-time... So let's go and talk here. Listen, Varud, I know you've been helping around the village, but this is serious. I've been talking to Lars. So they're looking for Lars Hayton. So they're looking for a character, and this is going to kick me out of the town into the wilderness. We'll get to that in a minute. Let's go to the mayor. But I have not heard of that. I have played Sins of a Solar Empire many years ago. And... Now let's kick up the map, if that's okay, and see. Because it feels like we're just heading outside now. So give me 1 second. Let me trade real quick and sell stuff that I have, because I don't want most of this. I will probably use. So I'm gonna sell all the gems. Done. But I'm not gonna use the shield. I'm not gonna use the quarterstaff. The gloves. I mean, 3% bonus to pierce enemy armor. I just don't care at this juncture. I do not care. So I'm going to sell all those. Do I have to repair anything? The Ember Great Axe. What use does a dog have for gems? And a good point. That is a good point. What else do we need to do? Oh, we need to swap out great axes, I think. I mean, yeah, let's... Somewhere, there's my damn combat stats. That's my bio, which... bio, that's just silly. Oh, here it is. Okay, over here somewhere. Right? Details. There we go. Jeez. Oof. Okay. So you probably cannot read these. I mean, maybe you can read these numbers, and that's fine. So my bonus to hit is +5 with that. Is it +6 if I swap to this weapon, or is it still... Yeah, it's +6, because this weapon's actually slightly better to hit, because it has a +1 masterwork bonus. Frankly, I think I'm going to stick with the Ember Axe, even though the Ember Axe, this is supposed to be a quote-unquote better axe. I'm going to stick with the Ember Axe because, frankly, a bonus to hit is pretty valuable at this level. And I think we're going to head out into the wilderness here. Do we have to do anything more with her? I'll find him when I come back. Nope. Okay, good. So now you can see the wilderness area. So the wilderness area, you notice it does not give me the option to swap it out. This area is wide and expansive. It is the explore area. I do get XP for killing things out here. I can find quests here. I can find dungeons out here. Surprised my fortitude isn't higher yet. My fortitude is +6. My will is +6. That's because of my stats. My reflex is going to be my bad save all the time. And that's going to suck. Because that's anti-lightning bolt. So when you see me go into any of these dungeons with kobolds, which I might do that soon, and if I do it on elite, I think it'll be, I don't know if it'll be +2 levels above me or +3. So the danger is going to be, if it's +3 levels above me, then what you'll start to see are kobold shamans that are 5th level, and 5th level means they have 3rd level spells, and 3rd level spells means they have lightning bolt, and lightning bolt means they can one-shot me. Or maybe two-shot me. So it sucks a little bit. Let me cast my nature stuff. Let me get my buffs on. And then we'll talk to this guy. So we found our first quest right here, this scout. He's like, hey, are you friend or foe? I'm working with your father, Sigmund. So what he's saying is, hey, the Sahuagin have found a giant beast imprisoned underneath the island. The beast is kept in eternal slumber by an ancient device far underground. The Sahuagin have sabotaged it. If you can sneak down there, you can, you should be able to reactivate it to keep the beast in check. So you'll see here that we're going to go underwater, charge up,
Steve,
take this guy down. And you'll notice that as we find stuff, we're going to gain XP too. So you can get XP for exploring and get XP for killing and so on. So let me actually go finish these guys off here a little bit. So now let's go back to the. So this is the first dungeon. This is what he was talking about, right? This is. He's like, hey, go get it. We'll elite this. It'll be, you know, it'll be fun, sure. Oh, we lost. Oh yeah, because so let's recast that 5-minute spell and the magic fang.
The
And
air
let's go.
grows damp and fetid as the ancient tunnel
And the only
descends.
problem, yeah, we have is we need to make sure that we keep those buffs up. Okay. Is he gonna hit the thing? Yes, he is. Oh, he hit. He got the. He hit the alarm. So now we're gonna get gang tackled. Ooh, and we got imps. Not imps. They're methods or whatever. However you pronounce that. And yeah, we're worried about shaman pretty much. Like anytime we're gonna find a shaman, then they're going to have spells, and hopefully they don't have reflex saves to them. So let's open the map up here. Same thing with traps. We're going to be super, super...
The tunnel splits here.
Oop,
Which
let's
way
go, let's
to
go
the
take these guys
giant's
down.
device?
We're going to be super weak to traps. We have very little way to deal with them. And I don't know what this lever does. Oh, it opens. Okay, Oh, it opens one or the other gates. Oh, that's cool. I suppose that's sort of cool. Do you have any loyalty toward Automotive Brain? Specifically, no. I have bought a lot of Fords. Not for any specific reason. Like, it's not like, oh, I love only Fords or whatever. Like, I think the price and type of cars has always just worked out for me in that sense. And I'm fairly cheap when it comes to cars. I try to not spend too much. That's
You hear
super hard to do nowadays, by the way.
Something in the chamber below you has activated.
The sound of distant snoring warns you that you are not alone here.
Ford Fusions, yes,
If you're
I
careful,
have.
you
I
may
mean,
be
I have a
able to
Focus,
take the
but it's like a
sleeping guards by
2012
surprise.
or something. So I've had that car for over a decade. I have a Ford C-Max, which is a hybrid, plug-in hybrid, which I appreciate a great deal. There was a period in time with my commute being what it was where I didn't buy gas for like 6 months. No. I don't own a truck. I mean, some days I wish I owned a truck because it would be helpful, but most days, it does not behoove me to own a truck. And I, as much as possible, frankly, like inexpensive cars that do not cost a lot to run, or maintain, or cost a lot to fill with
Guard
gas.
collapses to the floor. But what are they guarding?
Oop. So, oh, geez, there's a trap somewhere? Crap. So the problem is that once I sense danger, which my wisdom is sense danger, I don't have a good search, which is int. So
The extravagant gong in this room looks capable of...
let's see if we can we close
noise.
this? Because I don't want to get hit with this steam or whatever this is. No, that wasn't that. Okay. Good to know. That's not too hard to... Hold on, let's just... It's not like this is a timing thing, really. It's pretty simple to... Oh, that just opened that side. Okay. Well... Huh. I thought you could close... Oh, maybe I can just close it? Okay, well, that was silly. Okay. Okay. And we can ring the gong.
With the gong's reverberations, you hear a slight rumble from the larger room, but then it stops.
Oh, there's the trap, by the way. It's these guys. It's cool because you can usually see stuff if you actually pay attention. So what are we trying to do here? I know that... If we ring it again?
The second strike
Here
of
we
the
go.
gong produces the telltale sound of cracking ice.
And this is why I love these dungeons, because they have stuff, right? Like, they really have, you know, cool little mini bits and narratives and so on. I really could use a heal. Yeah, they're still hitting me. They're still hitting me. I'm down to 11 hit points. Hold on. I think I actually have a potion or two, right? Potion of resist acid, totally pointless. Restoration, sort of pointless. No heals? There we go. Let's suck down a potion. It's not a great heal, but it is a heal. Let's buff back up. I mean, we will get a heal, of course, at some point in our career. So it's not like we'll never have a heal. It's just right now. Now, I don't recall how to get through here, but there is a through here. And again, I love the dungeons. The dungeons have all kinds of little surprise bits and hidden bits and so on. They're some of the best dungeons in MMO land, I feel. Did we just open that gate, maybe? Yep.
You
okay.
spot a rusty hatch submerged in the putrid water. You emerge from the murky water with great relief. The air seems slightly cooler here.
Oh, uh-oh. Okay. Let's not take some damage now. Let's try to keep... Oh, geez, we're down to 7 hit points. Oh. All right, boys, good job. Okay, so... I think it's time to heal. So we're going to rest. We're going to take our long rest. Yeah, my C... Like I said, so my C-Max is a plug-in hybrid. And I was getting... The first summer I had it, I got like 80 miles to the gallon or more because my commute was just perfect in its battery range. And so it was wonderful. I had a great, like I was not buying gas. And I just loved it, right? I loved it. I love that ability to not buy gas. Love it. I mean, I'm going to keep what I have, even though, damn it, I could really use, like, a heal. And even that lesser vigor is terrible. But I would totally take it. We're going to keep what we got. And just stick with it. What does this valve do? Oh, you know what it does? It opens this, so we can go back up this way, I think, is my guess. Oh, I'm looking at my dog's undercarriage. Let's not do that. Yeah, but that leads back up to the ice room, I'm pretty sure. I like my Focus. My Focus isn't the best car, but it has at least lasted. And through 3 kids driving it, I find that impressive because, frankly, children are... Whoops, I did not buff up. Damn it. Children are the bane of new cars, or of cars when they get in there. No fault of their own. They just break. Kids just tend to break shit. I broke my parents' car when I got it, and my kids slowly broke my car. But my car made it. It lasted, so I was pretty pleased with it overall. Expeditious Boots. Oh, we get a jump. No, Expeditious Retreat. So, again, that's another thing I appreciate about the game is you get a lot of items with clickies. It's like I can literally put that on my bar now, and now I have a new power. Right? And some characters, sometimes you will build off of wands and clickies. Get my buddy back. So it looks like we're coming to the end. Oh, I have my mic on too. That's awful. Give me 1 second. Audio maybe. Enable voice chat. I thought I disabled voice chat. I think I disabled voice chat. So now here's Crack, the ice spider. And we have to go up this waterfall, unfortunately, to get him. Oh, good, he came down to me. Thank freaking goodness. Now, he's vulnerable to the Ember Axe, so I'm glad that I kept the Ember Axe on, because that made him trivial, because he's weak to fire. Now we have to at least pay a little bit of attention, because this will spray damage out periodically, but we can get past it. And now we have another one of these plumber puzzles.
Are directed the wrong way.
But it's 3D.
With the right timing, you can get close enough to redirect them.
So let's, and I actually don't love the dogs here, but that's fine, because let's at least bust these so they're not spewing anymore. I don't think they spew now. So now we need to get them to, and I'm going to come out of wolf form so that I can, I don't know, something wrong with the dog doing the whatchamacallit here. So, okay, let's see what. Oh, and I can't see what the hell's going on with the puppies here. Maybe.
The mist solidifies.
There we get one.
But
we don't want to stand in front of them. No, that's a bad idea. All of a sudden.
To affect a thing of this size.
Oh, bad guy's coming. I did not remember that guy there. So I'm going to guess that this ends in that fashion. And I'm going to guess that we have to somehow wing this around here. Maybe. Yep, there we go. Done.
The ancient creature, guaranteeing its slumber. Korthos is safe.
So now what we did is we did the frozen jets and froze that thing. Whatever that is. I don't know what that is in there. Now, I wonder if we can get in there. I mean, we can't get in there now. We'll die if we... But, interesting. All right, so we finish and we move on. So we're back in Korthos Island. Now we do get like a free heal here, which is sort of nice when we come out of the dungeon. I'm going to go back to wolf form. I don't know that I need a bunch of buffs. Now these monsters will all respawn. There's my takedown. And that's fine. So you'll notice that we have these objectives on the right. We have Slayer. We have 12 places to possibly discover on the island. Or on this, in this map. And these creatures tend to not be that difficult, but it's not always the case, but generally. They're definitely not as hard as the ones in the Elite Dungeon, because they're not, right, they're not ramped up like the Elite
The
enemies.
Sahuagin have turned this tree into a science.
I'm going to save that shrine and not rest there. I missed the giant Flippy. I missed the Kurt Thomas. The whoop goes all Jim Cotta on him. Where's my pommel horse when I need it?
The Sahuagin keep close tabs on the comings
So
and
yeah,
goings
as we
of
hit
the
these
Korthos
landmarks,
village
the
citizens
GM will chime in and
this
we'll get some
overlook.
XP, which is sort of nice. We do need to find the next dungeon, though, right? Oh, no, we need to do something. That's sort of dumb. I need to go talk with this dude, because he's the one who sent me into that hole. My fault. Backflip. And then find our whoop. Oh, let's go. Hold on. Let's kill him. Alright. And then let's try to find our way back. Yeah, and these outdoor Sahuagin, the ones in the Explore map, like I said, they're normal level. They're not what do you want to say? They're not elited. And the elite ones are at 2 levels higher than me, I think, or maybe 3 levels higher. And so it's a little easier to deal with them. So a good offense is literally the best defense in this case for them. We're going to go to this guy, get his quest thing, and now we have a battered helm, +1 intimidate or haggle. Will saves +1. That's fine. Concentration +3 or a tumble and a tumble bonus. Ugh. And concentration +3 and a diplomacy bonus. Well, I don't love any of those, if I'm to be honest. But the will save probably ultimately is the best thing. For now, I'll take that. So let's head up here. We'll open the map again, get an idea of what there is to uncover on the map. You can see a dungeon on the south. Oop, here's an ambush. Thing. Nope, just one guy. Nope, they were gonna ambush, but they saw me eat that dude so quickly that they're like, you know what? We're just gonna sit here and let Bobby take care of this. Like, guys, I thought we were jumping. Guys, so there might, and there are mini bosses, and there are random bosses that will appear or not appear. Just RNG. So we need to get up. We need to go up there. The dungeon is up there, it looks like. I love DDO. I can't help it. I think we're definitely in the bite and then ask questions later camp. Like, nah, we're good. You guys are all evil. So here's the old Cannith ruins, but I don't know how to get up there right now. I think. Oh, probably this way. Oop! Ow! That was 9 points of fall damage I didn't need to take. He's doing a little ritual. Oh, there's a Sahuagin master. And I thought I wanted to do tab target. Select target. I need to figure out how to like select the closest target. That would be what I'd want to do. No, I'm a big fan. I'll have to look that up. There's got to be a target next dude. Select nearest combat target. Done. Okay, so well, do we want to select nearest or next? I don't know. Let's do next combat target and just go with that. Yeah, it's good to see you guys, though. It's good to chat. Even if I'm forcing you guys to watch
leads to an old abandoned Cannith manufacturer.
I'm forcing you to watch a 2006 MMO. That is pretty sad. So here we are in the Cannith Manufactory. And so we need to buff up. So we're going to buff with the tooth, we're going to buff with our ram's bite, and we're going to summon the big dog. And so now we've got the whole family together.
You enter one of the laboratories.
Fleablock, how are you?
Decades ago,
C. McGowan
mystical life into
is the screen name. McGowan,
Much later,
as in rhymes with
these
now.
The doorway ahead has been boarded up.
Let's bust up these doors with our massive dog teeth. And then we need to be a little wary. I think there's traps here. If I recall, in the manufactory. Now let's get the map up too. Oh yeah, okay, this is gonna suck. Yeah, I don't like the slidey blade thing going on. That feels a little less than safe. Oh, and this thing is reasonably resistant to what I'm putting down, but I did knock him down. There we go. Oh, and we got acid spewing. Oh, this is gonna suck, guys. Let's knock him down. Oh, and we knocked you down. And he put a puddle of crap on the ground. Oh, I don't like this. This is where I wish I had a rogue in my retinue. So is there a sci-fi equivalent to D&D Cyberpunk 2020? You mean tabletop, Fleablock? Give me 1 second here. Let me see if... Slash, go. Oh, I took only 11 points. Oof, what is that? Oh my god, there's another one? Jesus Lord. Okay, I made it through that one. If we're talking tabletop, then there's quite a few D&D, No, you can do all kinds of stuff. So, look, there's a lot of, I say, equivalents to D&D. I mean, there are some even very direct equivalents to D&D. So, for instance, I don't know if you've ever played Pathfinder, but there is literally a game called Starfinder, made by the same folks that did Pathfinder, and it is pretty darn Pathfinder in space. So yes. There of course is the Venerable Traveler, which was sort of one of the OG space games, tabletop games. A really good and mostly free, by the way, if that does anything for you, a really good OSR, harkening back to, say, basic D&D almost, is a game called Stars Without Number. Hold on, because I have to show off my... I picked it up. I actually picked up the hardback version, which will cost you a little bit. You can also get the PDF out for free. I also picked up a softcover Thousand Suns rulebook. But Stars Without Number is a very, very well-regarded, and it harkens back literally to the basic D&D version. So it's a very simple rule set, by the way. And again, you might like simple rule sets, you might like really complicated rule sets, hard to say, but it's a fairly simple rule set that has a lot of really neat world building kind of stuff in it, and so on. So yeah, I would say there's quite a few of Warhammer 40K. Now that's a war game, but they made a bunch of tabletop games to go with it. So there's Rogue Trader, which is on PC also, by the way. What's the other one called? Dark Heresy. So I just lost my Rams when it timed out. And that's okay. I think I want to go here, because I know this is the Rest Shrine. There's some really good games on PC. Also, Rogue Trader being one of them. But yeah, we could do, we could do lists all for quite a long time. I think there actually is a game called Star Traders Frontiers. It is sort of a very party-based D&D in space. Like the combat's actually does like the Darkest Dungeon thing, where 4 of your guys line up against 4 of their guys, and then they have their position matters in the fight and so on. Now with what you said, right, absolutely, 100%. So you Flea Block said I sort of consider 40K to be more science fantasy, like Star Wars. So that is true. And so there's an interesting sort of comparison there, right? Like, what constitutes science fiction versus science fantasy?
On the other side of this locked gate, you see a familiar sight.
And that door is locked.
Power crystals, like the one you saw in Korthos. But what are these ones powering?
So can I get through this? What the heck do I do with this? Maybe there's a lever, because I can't pick a lock to save my life. Yeah, let's go here. So it's sort of interesting, right? Because you bring up a good point. I do think there's sort of an interesting dichotomy there between science fiction and science fantasy, right? Because fantasy
Icy jets of
is
some
very
compound coat these humming
what do you want to say? Fantasy, a lot of fantasy games, how's that? Are very sword and sorcery / hero's journey sort of power fantasies, right? So there's a lot of go to deep dark places, mysterious deep dark places, kick in the door, take the dude's stuff, right? you know, D&D, and like you said, it's hard to do quote-unquote space dungeons. Now, where is... Oh, God, there's one more of these, I think, at least. Things to turn these sprayers off. Did I get that one? I think I got... give me 1 second. I actually need to pay attention here a tiny bit. Did I get that sprayer? I think I did. I think I got that one. I'm missing... I'm pretty sure I'm missing one of these. And that is bumming me out right now. Oh, maybe that one? And maybe that one. I mean,
Without
the giant frickin' ones?
The Canith power crystals, you can never destroy them.
Well, so anyway, I'm sorry. I started talking and then I left you hanging. So I find it interesting because I do think that in science fiction, because a lot of science fiction stories are different, right? You don't see quite as much hero's journey. You see it in like the Star Wars science, like the fantasy kind of thing, right? Where like you said, it's just trappings for magic, right? But a lot of the stories in science fiction, classic science fiction, put people just in a situation, right? It's like it's humanity's place in the universe. It's how humanity deals with, you know, with that situation. It's how they interact with their technology. So this guy is sort of the mage, and the mage has been hiding out here because the Sahuagin are trying to kill him.
Oh no!
So now we've led them to him. Sorry.
Suddenly the air shimmers with devour.
Let me cast my Rams thing here. Now we're gonna try to kill these guys before they kill the NPC. Actually, so we have to protect the NPC if we can. And sometimes that's hard, you know, on elite or whatever, because if I don't do damage fast enough, they will kill me. The takedown will help a little bit. If I had a heal, that would be great.
Still blocking our escape. Watch for more attacks.
Right, absolutely. I guess thematically sci-fi is supposed to be about the political philosophical implications of science. Absolutely. I argue that is a main difference. And certainly, don't get me wrong, you can definitely go far on space western, right? Like Firefly kind of thing.
I won't die that easily.
And that's fine too. But it is very difficult to do that kind of story in a lot of RPGs. However, I think you'll find that some of the RPGs, like I said, Traveler, as a for instance, is not a combat game. There is combat in it, for sure. But combat is very dangerous to PCs. You know, and NPCs.
Once the Sahuagin
So
sent,
typically you will try to avoid it if
dead.
you can, or find another way to do your thing. You know, and the game does give you those tools, right? So something, you know, right? So it's just something to think about. That there are games that sort of play into that a little more. Nope, he's getting weakening. There's more of these bitches.
Just hold for a little longer.
That's the boss. It's the damn boss. It's the boss. Kill it. Kill it. Kill it. There we go. I think we did
The
it.
Sahuagin magic is gone.
All right.
We beat them off. This time.
Well, there's a Star
Peyton
Trek
looks weary after
RPG. I
surviving
forget
this
who made
latest
it.
attack.
Did Phasa make it?
Perhaps you should talk to
Back
him
in the
again.
day, there's literally a Star Trek RPG, and you have, you know, phasers and teleporters, and the story structure is supposed to be like a Star Trek episode as opposed to like a space fantasy or a Firefly or whatever. So, I mean, you do have that. Oh, by the way, I'll tell you one game which is very, very into that. I don't know if you ever heard of it. It's called Eclipse Phase. And Eclipse Phase is all about transhumanism. So it's all about, so all the characters in the game, you are just your consciousness, and you get slotted into bodies. So you can switch bodies. Like you can go, they can put you in, oh, you're going to put you in a big meaty body to this time, or a nice slender thiefy ball or whatever. And there's a whole set of ramifications to all of that. And so that actually hits, I feel, very much on some of those ramifications of us interacting with our technology, and a technology far beyond what we can even really imagine today. Oh, we can rest here too. So that's sort of intriguing. I did find so what's the theory of D&D supposed to be anyway? Is it about your character build and the gear you pack? Are there different combat archetypes and strategy you can do? I mean, where else did WoW get their meta from? So, I mean, if we're talking, you mean tabletop D&D, right? Because we're not talking about DDO at the moment. Am I done? I had to speak with Lars again, sorry. So we're going to speak with him.
Go now. Tell Ursa to hold the
There we
barricade
go.
just a little longer. Then meet Amalgam at the base of Misery's Peak when you're ready.
With Hayton finally
go. So
persuaded
we
to
finished
help,
and we got
the people
our- we
of
got our,
Porthos might finally win their struggle.
I mean, D&D has changed quite a bit over the years, right? So that's something to consider. Tabletop Dungeons and Dragons, in and of itself, is wildly different in the year 2000 than it was in 1978.
A mangled sewer grate
And-
leads to an old
and D&D
abandoned
5th
Gannett
is
manufacture.
a little bit different, quite a bit different than even 2000, actually. 20 years later, right? So, and don't get me wrong, I do think that WoW largely took its meta from D&D, but I think by the time WoW came out, you had a lot of games to possibly take your meta from, if that makes any sense. But yeah, I mean, if you think about D&D from say 1978 or 70, whatever, the early days of D&D, the early days of D&D, were very much, you didn't have a character build, really. You picked a class, you had a character class, you had a level, you had some stats, you didn't really even have skills, and you really didn't have even that many abilities. If you were a thief, you had some abilities. Obviously, mages and clerics had spells. But if you're a fighter, you just hit things, and literally that means roll a d20, and you happen to roll on a slightly better table than the rest of the group does. Really. And it did come down a lot to... And it was very much more of a... when I don't know if you've heard of the OSR, right, the old school Renaissance movement, and those guys always talk about player skill versus character skill, right? Those games were very much about preparing to go into a mysterious hole in the ground. Eclipse Phase, Flea Block. Yeah, definitely look it up. It's a fascinating read, if nothing else. I can't say much to the mechanics. I've never played the game. I've read it. I own the book. It's a fascinating book, and it's sort of an interesting read for sure. But I've not played it. So, there's a method. And there's a unique here if he happens to spawn this time through, but he might not. He might not have. And you get like special bonuses you get like special XP bonus, etc. for killing the uniques. But I don't think he showed this time, which sucks, but so be it. But like I said, the original D&D was about your party versus the dungeon. So, okay, we got 6 players. We got 3 fighters, a mage, a cleric, and a thief, or some combination thereof, right?
The decrepit catacombs
And
are slightly
do I wanna-
obscured
I'm gonna
by
rest.
falling water.
And we have 2 ropes, and we bought 10 torches, and we have just enough food, and that whole planning phase was a huge part of it. And you would head down into the dungeon, and you would slowly burn your resources room to room. like combats themselves took on very little time. You didn't sit there and fight for like half an hour or whatever every combat. You had a few minutes, a couple minutes, right? Oh, 6 goblins appear.
You enter a musty hall.
This
Heavy
guy
with
casts his
silence and
spell.
the weight
He
of dark
fights.
stone.
And the idea was you were pitting your limited resources from room to room to room. And that's the whole idea behind, wandering monsters. Why did wandering monsters exist? So every 10 minutes or whatever, or 20 minutes, you roll a d6. And if you roll a 6, you'd get a monster encounter. The reason that happened was to give you an incentive to turn around, right? Because you would go down and burn your spells and burn your hit points and burn your torches and burn your limited resources down to a point. And you had to go, oh man, can we make it another room or not? And there might be a point past which you can't make it back because you screwed up and went one room too far, and now you were going to face potentially one or more wandering monsters. And that was random, of course, so you didn't know. We got bats. Hold on. Oh, jeez. I'm sorry, I'm sort of half playing and half bloviating. Sorry about that.
All of a sudden, the sense of rot and decay assails
as soon as we
your
touch this, they're going to do the same thing. They're going to throw bats on us, aren't they? I feel bats. No? Okay. And
In
so,
the corner, you see the glint of metal through some.
So it truly was your party versus the dungeon. I always say that the encounter scale in old D&D was the dungeon, and it wasn't about the individual combats. It was how many combats could I do
see a magical cell
before I
across
was
the
screwed.
chamber.
Newer versions of D&D. Once you got to D&D 3, third edition was heavily influenced by Magic the Gathering and MMOs, which had happened by now. And third edition in the year 2000, because I remember when it came out, and it was a huge deal. Does my channel have a Discord? I do not actually have a Discord. I just am not sure if I want to maintain that, right? But no, I'm not. I don't know. I'm not sure how all in I am, JJ, with all that. Come on, guys, get in before the gates close. Well, someone did not get in before the gates close, and now we're fighting all the zombies. But we like zombies because they're tasty, right? We're a dog. We would eat rotting, putrid meat. Like, hell yeah. Like dogs that are all in. So not an issue. So, back to my original, like I said, bloviating here. There's... he blessed his ghouls. Let's see if we can take him down. Nope, he's saved. That little hex, when you see that hex go, then you know that the enemy saved against some effect that we tried to apply to him. These ghouls. I hate them. In basic D&D, in original D&D, ghouls were the party killer because they had paralyze. And it lasted forever or hours or something, and you could really get jacked up. So anyway, so D&D changed after 2000, and all that was heavily influenced by MMOs and heavily influenced by Magic the Gathering, which I call that those became exception-based rule sets, right? You had a very basic rule set, and the characters were then differentiated by their exceptions, just like in Magic, right? The rules to Magic the Gathering are simple, but they're printed on the cards. So everything became about feats and you building your character. and the encounter scale dropped from the whole dungeon down to the interesting encounter scale. Was not the whole dungeon anymore. It was the individual combat scene. And so that's where you get, oh, hey, I built my guy to be the trip guy, right? Or I built my guy to do these special things in a fight. Now, you might still have resources in the dungeon. That's true, and you still might have limited resources, long rest, short rest kind of things. But the real emphasis moved from the whole dungeon expedition down to what could your character do in an individual set-piece battle. Would you say D&D has a hard magic system? I mean, wouldn't you need a hard magic system for consistency in a game? By hard magic system, you mean hard in the sense of difficult, or do you mean hard in the sense of every power is defined in defined and has rules that can be known by the players? I wouldn't say D&D's magic system is difficult. I would absolutely. So there's Jacoby Drexelhand again, and he's now a ghoul.
But not quite.
And he's immune to my knockdown, which sort of sucks, because he's kicking my ass a tiny bit. Yeah, elite Jacoby is not to be messed with. I needed a potion, I think. Let me see if we can't. I'm gonna kite him a tiny bit and see if I can throw the skeleton on him. Now he keeps saving. Oh, there we go. We knocked him down. Kill it. All right, boys, get it. No, we didn't kill it. God damn it. We're going down. Did we at least kill the skeleton? Yes. Get him, Billy. Get him. Nope, he's coming right to me. Billy is not tanking at all, and I dropped. Yes, I would argue that D&D. I mean, I would say that D&D has a hard combat system. So the nice thing is, I believe. Oh wait, I woke up. Shit, that's actually not ideal. I don't want to wake up exactly because I don't want to get killed again. And I need to cast my spells. Let's see if I can buff. And I can buff. And let's see if I can't get luck. Now I dropped again. Let's see if I make the yeah, so I would argue that it does indeed work in a consistent fashion, I would argue. Right, you have rules, the rules are there. Sure, the GM can make exceptions. And that's up to every individual table, of course, right? But generally, I would argue that you can read a spell and know what it's going to do, as opposed to a magic system where you are simply proposing an effect to the GM and he's sort of going, well, okay, you can do that, right? Oh, okay, well, that's good. That's good. Hold on. Now, the main so I've woken up, and that's great. The main issue is that I don't have a heal still. Because I'm a dummy, and I didn't take the damn heal. I thought the idea of D&D was that people did these campaigns where a GM narrates a story and people improvise dialogue and such. Yes, that is true. That is absolutely the case. And I would say that you have more or less of that depending on the specific group, right? But yes, the typical tabletop D&D game is the players say, oh, we're going to do this. And the GM goes, oh, okay, well, you see in this room, there's a giant tapestry of the gods, and they're creating man and creating the earth and sky. And then there's 3 boxes underneath. One underneath the god of light, one underneath the god of death, and the other with the goddess of the sea. What do you want to do, right? That kind of thing. And so, well, we don't have a heal. So we're sort of stuck. What I can do, though, at least, is get this guy up. So we're going to let him get up, and you might say, I want to open the second box. And you go, well, okay. And then your GM might go, okay, well, you start to open the second box, and then you hear an ominous click, and, right? Like, or whatever. You go, oh, okay, hold on, I back up. I look around. What do I see? And you say, well, you see there's a wire connected. Make a roll. And then you make the roll, and you see, oh, there's a wire connected to that box. And it goes up into the ceiling, where then you see 30 little holes that look like they could, maybe pass a liquid or a gas through them.
You take
right, that
the
kind
cell
of thing.
key from his remains.
Well, no, I wouldn't say that. Well, okay, again, it does depend, Fleetblog. So I don't know if you've seen the D&D rulebook, but the spells will have effects. They will literally say what they do. So you're not going to say. You might say, okay, so you're in a room and you see 30 goblins and they're doing some chant, right? And you're up above on like a balcony up around them, hidden behind maybe some vases or some plants or something. I'm going to take a rest just because I almost died there. So you're not going to then say, I cast sleep, and the GM goes, well, it sleeps them all. He's going to look and say, no, that'll sleep 10 of them under the rules. Or it might have an area that it can sleep. Or now, don't get me wrong. So you're right in the sense that some of the spells might be vague enough that the GM has to interpret. So for instance, let's say I cast, and again, I actually, to be quite honest with you, I don't know enough about D&D 5, the latest version of D&D, to adequately grab a spell and then talk about how it might be improvised. But let's pretend here, right? So I might have a spell that has a very distinct combat effect. So let's say something like Grease. So let's say I have a spell called Grease, and Grease puts down a 10 by 10 area where anyone who enters it has to make a reflex check, or they fall on their ass, or take some kind of penalty, something like that. I might allow you to. So let's say that you decide to cast that on a ladder. When you only slept 10 of the goblins and the other 20 start climbing the ladder to the balcony, and you say, I cast Grease on the ladder, there might be a hole in the explanation of the text somewhere where the GM then has to make a call. In that sense, then the game becomes sort of softer, right? Now, and that's not necessarily a bad thing, because it might allow for clever uses of things where otherwise you wouldn't be able to do. So we rescued the girl. Go quickly, we rescued you. But there might be spells with a very distinct combat effect, and the out of combat effect becomes slightly vague. What if I Grease, you're in a kitchen and
The decrepit
I want to cause a
catacombs are
diplomatic
slightly
incident,
obscured by
and
fourth
the
wall.
countess is serving wine to her guest, the baron of the neighboring province, and I cast Grease, so she dumps the wine all over him. Well, I might not have a specific combat effect for that, so I might go, well, it says make a reflex save or fall over, but in this case, why didn't she make a reflex save or dump the wine on him? Right? Something like that. But soft magic is more appropriate for a novel, right? As you know, and games aren't novels. When you play a game, you typically want to know. Now, there's a lot of RPGs nowadays that are softer RPGs. They're more narrative based. There is a school of RPGdom which really likes the concept of a narrative RPG where the results are softer and interpretive. So games like Powered by the Apocalypse. Hell, there's Amber Dice List, which is old. That's an old game. But there are story games where you're not going to have a hard
The
result.
rumbling falls converge into
You're going
a
to have
small
a
body
softer
of water.
result, and the players might even have the ability to influence that result and say what they want to happen, as opposed to just having, say, the GM or the rules resolve that in a gaming way. Now, I'm a very gamey RPG player. I want to know what the stuff does, typically. I am no game designer. OFC, it seems to me a game like this would have as vague rules as possible, since Magic is supposed to be about vibes, but D&D is a game and not just a storytelling exercise, I guess. I mean, yes. So, man, I mean, ostensibly I'm supposed to be playing a game and talking about it, but I do want to talk about this also. So keep in mind, right? So there is, you know, there is sort of a, I'm gonna say, a split in the sense of how narrative is your game versus how simulationist is your game, even versus how gamey is your game, right? How, right? Are you going for, so think about this. Are you going for more world simulation, or are you going for more genre emulation, right? So do I want things to have distinct effects that I know, or do I want things to just make sure they play out like they would in a book? Also, how gamey do I want my game to be in terms of how many levers do I want to give the players? Oh, no, you're fine. How many levers do I want to give the players? Keep in mind though that my chat, this is going to be disjointed a little bit because I'm focusing my attention back and forth. So I might all of a sudden stop saying a thing and then forget where I was, and because I'm sort of vaguely also theoretically playing this game. So if you can handle me being flaky, we're good. So you think about that, right? How much do I want to? So a lot of games back in the 80s and 90s were very, so 80s especially, were very simulation heavy. So games like Aftermath, right? And they went hard on the simulation sort of deal. Down to, hey, your gun's a bolt action, and so to fire it, you have to do this, and then you have to, do this one thing, and that takes 2 seconds, and this other thing which takes, and then you can pull the trigger. And if you aim, that takes 3 more seconds, and so on, right? There is a game, Aces and Eights, where combat is divided into tenths of seconds. Right, and it's very simulation-y, I would argue. And that's fine, and those are great, but and you can simulate to more or less degree and abstract more or less, obviously, to be
in this room hold
clunkier or not clunkier, and so on. So what do I need to do here? I need to get across and lower the bridge and pull some levers. Nope. Yes. Where's the lever? There is a lever somewhere that is going to drop. I think. Ooh, wait. I think I remember. I think I go down here and start pulling levers. And I don't know. Can I open this door? What's that door lead to? I have no idea. But I should get out of the water here before I die. So yeah, I think there is. So I did not actually pull that bridge down. Hold on. Maybe this one pulls the bridge down? I hope. the awkward time when I realize I don't actually remember anything about. Oh, here's something. Oh, and I'm getting smacked in the face while I'm trying to pull this. that lever. Hold on. These guys have to die. Hey, buddy. Time to die. All right, there we go. There. Okay, I understand. I see what it's doing now. Okay. Well, that is spiffy. I need to go pull that again and flip it. So yeah, so let's so yes, back to the the sort of, you know, what are you trying to get out of your game, right? So I think there is a there's no one in here, just a lever. Okay. Well, okay, well, okay, I see. So these are dudes that we can save. So we'll save you and we'll save you. Yeah, let me run through at least this first part and see if there's any more like actual honest to God pulling levers and thinking about where I'm going, and then I will get back to we have to save 5 more villagers, so there are 5 villagers left. Where are those villagers? That is a great question. Let's go this way. I remember this. Okay. Oh, okay. Okay. Little jumping puzzle in your MMO. Oh, and I screw. Oh. And a bad guy who has a deathly cloud of doom. And poof. Okay, thankfully he got you. Okay, so. So yeah, so what I would say is the games sort of end up on a spectrum, right? And that spectrum largely comes down to, are you trying to simulate the world? So in other words, you put a coherent set of world rules together and you follow those world rules, regardless if it makes a good story or not. Or do you, you know, and the other sort of end of that spectrum might be a more narrative, where do you, oops, ow, oh geez, oh traps, ow, that sucked. So, okay. So I can take my soul stone, or do I take, or I don't know. No, I cannot take my soul stone. And I can only go as far as, and my pet is, so can I tell him to take my soul stone? I probably can. Although that feels like it's a death sentence for him. Sure, go get it. Go get it, boy. All right. Oh, God. No, get out of there. Get out of there. Ah. Nope, did he die? He died. Womp womp. Okay. So we have to back out now. But I don't think we can get back to a thing. I think, so if there were, so what there needs to be is a res shrine close enough to me to get there. But no, I'm going to be pulled back to my soul stone. So I don't think there is a res shrine anywhere actually here. And if it is, I bet you it's behind this. It's probably behind a door, and I can't get to the door. I would need to have let the wolf pop the door. So I am going to release.
Wounded, you're back in the tavern. Some food from the bar might do you a
now you'll
world
notice
of
we have
good.
no points or not or anything. So we go to the bartender and we buy some crap, effectively, some stuff. Good enough. I will buy some of this. I will buy something to eat. I will then eat. and drink. I mean, I did them backwards, but and then I'll heal up over time. There we go. So yeah. So anyway, in the meantime, so yeah, if you put your game on sort of a spectrum, you know, do you want to set a consistent set? I'm sorry, Fleabot, by the way. But I warned you about this. A consistent set of rules. Follow those rules explicitly, and if it makes a good or bad game, so be it. Good or bad story, so be it. On the other hand, you might want a game where our goal is to create a good story every time, and the rules of the game and the interactions of the game work toward that solely, right? So, and now that, of course, is probably up for debate, what makes a good story. But you might say, hey, you know, I always, you know, let's see, what would be a good, so, and that might be, let me think about this for a second. So what would an example of something like that be? So as a, for instance, and I call these are genre emulation games more than simulation games, right? So a simple example would be something like Powered by the Apocalypse, where the resolution mechanic is trivial. You roll 2 dice, and if you get like a 7 to 9, it's a partial success. It's a success with complications, and a 10 or above is a success, I believe. It's not every game that runs with Powered by the Apocalypse, but that's sort of the gist of it. And you might have pluses or minuses to that roll based on your character's stuff, right? So, you know, if I'm climbing out of the pit with the goblins, or the goblins are coming up the ladder, and I am going to open my spellbook and cast Grease, and you know, maybe I cast it and get a 10 or 11 or 12, and the GM goes, that's great. What do you want to happen? And I say, what I want to happen, because I succeeded, is I want the goblins to all tumble into the pit and, you know, and not be able to climb up. And you might say, well, or if I get a partial success, you might say, and it might be something simple. You might say, okay, well, you have cast that spell and the goblins cannot get up, but maybe 1 or 2 of them can manage to get up before, and then you go to the other characters and go, well, what will you do? Now they're gonna rip the throat out of the mage. What do you do? And they say, well, we'll step in front of the mage, right? You sort of the resolution mechanic almost becomes secondary, and its purpose is to generate then complications in the story. Like in a novel, the hero succeeds and you go, but he got away from the dragon, but he left his pack, he had to drop his pack to do it, or the sack of treasures snagged on the stalagmite, you know, the jagged rock, and tore, leaving the cup back there. You know, and though the dragon is now stalking around, he can see the cup that he needs to complete his quest. What does he do now, right? So you're, whereas a simulation game would have rules for whether the bag tears. Oh, the bag didn't tear. You got out. You're fine. You know what I mean? Like that's sort of the difference. I would argue. And I think both are valid, by the way. I think people, and then largely, I think there's a sort of gamey axis where you go, well then, and what levers do I give my players to then putz with those rules? Either the narrative rules, you know, in Powered by the Apocalypse, you typically have characters with moves, and they can then adjust the narrative or adjust the roles. Or in a simulation game, you know, the characters have their powers and their skills and so on, and sort of gamey elements to adjust. So, okay, where the hell are we here? So we still haven't. Well, okay, so we and we didn't actually take this. So what we're going to do is we're going to go and buy that wolf form thing. Because this is a trip, I am going to buy the thing which helps my trip. Although I could use reflex and fortitude saves to go up. That'd be nice. But I am going to, whenever you use a bluff or ability that triggers a bluff check, your target is debuffed. I mean, that's great. Become closer to nature or dead to the world. Multiple. So what does that mean? +5 max hit points or +1 wild empathy per rest. Do I use my wild empathy for anything? Actually, I don't know. Like, I don't know if I have something which then uses wild empathy. So that's sort of a problem. So I think for now, let's increase our trip DCs by 1. Let's take the +1 reflex and fortitude saves. And there's different levels to that, so I'll take 2 of those and then 1 more of those, and then we got the next tier opened up. Flight? What is flight? What is this? Literally flight. 20% dodge bonus. Oh, and that costs wild empathy. So there you go. So that's a reason to take the wild empathy thing. So, interesting. All right, let's close that and close that. And let's reopen that. So we take this. Maybe I want wild empathy now. Because then I can buy things like this flight power. So I'll take 3 more wild empathy. And I will take the trip thing. And then I have 10% action boost and double strike. That's good. I like more attacking. Ghost touch, so that means I can hit things that are D-solid effectively, and +1% dodge. Like, these are all good all of a sudden. I will take the weird flight power, I think. Because I think +20% dodge is probably pretty good for a few seconds. That's a good get-out-of-jail-free card. I like Ghost Touch. We're going to take Ghost Touch, and then we'll accept those choices for now. I don't know that we got any gear that we care about, frankly. We certainly don't need plate armor. We did complete that. And so we do get, we either get a feather cloak, which is feather fall, a curative cloak, which is cure light wounds, which strangely enough, we weirdly need. Cloak of Faith is Shield of Faith, so that's a +2 deflection bonus to AC. Again, these are clickies. I mean, Featherfall is pretty useful too, frankly. And 1 heal probably doesn't. Featherfall probably makes more difference than a heal.
Transformed the village. It seems as if all of Korthos were holding out
think we
for
got,
news of your
finished another
next great
quest too,
victory
so let's
with
get that.
bated breath.
We get Blessed Goggles, which gives me the Bless power. It's a clicky. Goggles of Insight are +1 to attack rolls. And I generally think we can go with the Goggles of Insight. That's an easy. +1 to hit is a fairly easy vibe. And then do we completed anything else? I don't think so. I think we No, I think we need to get back to it. I think we got our butts kicked, and then we need to suck it up and go forth. Oh, right, this guy. So, yeah, so he wants to... So he's telling us, hey, we could go and you can finish this, right? You can actually go get the big guy, Hayden, and he will take you, and you'll go into the big evil cave with the big evil bad guys and the dragons and so on. We do have a couple, right? We still have to go here to the aqueduct where we died. I have to admit, I'm not sure what we're going to do about those traps. That might be a problem. So yes, I do love talking about gaming. I do enjoy discussing what makes different games tick. Personally, I'm way more in that simulation-y camp than I am. I'm old. Narrative games were, after my time a little bit. But having said that, I think it's all very interesting. I just the games that I typically play are going to be heavier games from closer to from my childhood era kind of thing, right? So this is the way to go to sort of finish everything out.
A scraggly
I think we want
dwarf
to
sits on a
try
log,
to
trying in vain to keep warm.
hit up that aqueduct, though. I just gotta find out how to get up there from here. Can we go up? We can mantle. In 2006, they had mantling. Think about it for a minute. That's pretty good. I mean, an MMO, for crying out loud. So that is not a bad. It's not bad. If they just had a way to get me up there, I would be golden. No, I think this is the way. I think I got it. Hurrah! Okay, let's go. No, it's broken. Oh, god damn it. Oh, wait. Maybe I can jump it? Oh, jeez. Oh, if I had jump, I could. Gosh darn it. Let's cast Expeditious Retreat. No. Oh, god. That was Expeditious Fall. I'm gonna have to go around. I think we went around last time, right? This is the way. So here we go, back into the damn dungeon.
Ancient Cannith aqueduct.
Whoop, and there's a rat. A couple rats. I mean, we'll try to elite it again. I don't think the monsters are going to be the problem. I think the traps are going to be the problem. I think that's what's going to ultimately kill me. What I need to do though is I need to cast all my bits. So let's get a wolf. Let's become a wolf. Strength up, fang up.
Resilient spider webs block your path. They don't look capable of withstanding blows from your weapon.
So yeah, those aren't a problem. The trap's going to be the problem.
The cells in this room
So we will
hold
definitely
a number
have
of
to figure
desperate
that
Korthos
out.
villages.
We go here. We kill this guy. And he bought me for 6 points. That son of a bitch. And we missed the takedown attack. We pop the lever. That flops these two widgets here, the bridges. We pop this lever. Oh, we got guys. Oh, see, there's a... Well, I don't think he appeared the first time, but I'm not sure. I forget. But yeah, occasionally get random cool dudes that sort of show up and complicate things. So now we open these. We can free the folk. Okay. All right. Oops. Oh, I didn't want to go. I mean, I'm sure these do something. I mean, I might as well hit them while I'm here. Maybe it'll be something awesome. That lever is blocked. Huh? Nope, that takes a widget. I don't know if there's a thing down here or not. Oh, there is a lever. That lever is locked. Let's get out of here. Okay. And I don't know that I care enough. That's also locked. So there must be some combination of levers, maybe? Nope, I pulled them all. So, I'm not going to worry about this. We're just going to continue on. Oops. All right, let's all right, it's a skeleton guy. Ooh, okay, good. Okay. I suppose we could just maybe slow play that and Skeletal Mage is put to rest, and that gives us another chest, which we're into. Bracers of Dodge 1. That? Fortitude saves and +1 dodge. We get Spear Block otherwise. I mean, I'm good for now with those. I'll sit on that for now. That is fine. Let's go down this way. Up here, we do need a damn. We very much need. So this is where we died. We have Expeditious Retreat. No, we've depleted them. So we're gonna go like that and hope for the best. And there you go. And we made it that time. Now, I'm not super jazzed because we are still hurting.
You have reached the Devourer's Sanctum. Come ahead and hear One's plaintive troll.
Alright. Do we still have our buddy? Let's get a buddy back here. And let's get Rams. And let's get Magic Fang. So we got all the things. Right, so quick kill all those guys. Ooh, we got another one coming in. Oh, man, that's hurting. Holy crap. Okay. I would kill right now for a rest shrine. Like, where is Madame Rest Shrine, boys? That is my question. We got a guy up there. Go attack. No? He's dead at least. And, I mean, so that's good in the sense that we hit the levers. I think these are the prisoners. Oops, we just bit that guy. Sorry.
The last imprisoned
All right,
villager
so we got the
grasps
prisoners.
your outstretched hand, rising and running for flight.
Now this is
The Devourer will
this is the girl that we were supposed to find. That's going to level us up. Also cool. But there's another way to go. Damn it. But not a rest shrine in the place. I mean, look, I get it. Why would you put a rest shrine in your dungeon so that heroes can come and kick your ass? I get that. I totally understand. Oh, uh-oh. There we go. There's a dude. Go get him, boy. Go get him. Yep, go get him. Nope. Not magic missile me. Okay. Very nice. Alright, so we killed that dude. And we got a chest. It was crap, the chest, but we did get it. And now we are done with that, and we can jump out of the dungeon. Oops, we recall it, yes.
This entrance leads down into an ancient Cannith aqueduct.
Okay, so, yeah, rats. So, where's our guy? It's down this way. Is this super high up? Well, Featherfall. Plop on down. So we
You
can
come across a makeshift
pop here. We
tent.
can trade.
A scraggly
And there's
dwarf
not
sits
much,
on a
I mean,
log,
you know.
trying in vain to keep warm.
Sell gems. Sell the bolts. Crossbows, etc. I'm going to sell the wand for now because I don't actually have a good way to actually use any of that, and we'll sell all that crap. I mean, the money doesn't matter. At some point, you'll have more money than you need to know what to do with. I am going to repair all my crap because when you die, your crap gets worse. But he can repair it. And, I mean, it looks to me like we are quickly heading toward the last mission. So maybe we ought to get the last mission going here. Are you ready to go up to Misery's Peak? Yes. And the good guy is waiting. So let's do that. Now this sucks a little bit. We really ought to recall and level up, and that would make us more awesome. But we're just gonna go for it. I think we'll be fine. The only problem is that I could really use
A
the
bone-chilling
spells.
breeze emanates from the mouth of Misery's Peak.
So let's recall. We'll recall. We'll actually jump out. We'll get the level, and we'll get second level druid spells and see what the hell that has for us. A little wimpy, right? A little wimpy. But we got the mayor. The mayor has now... We can get Anger's Step, which gives us jump +3, and Anger's Wrath, but it's part of a set. So there are set bonuses in here. So if we got the other part of Anger's Wrath, we would get +2 to hit. Nimble Grasp, I don't think we need. Pathfinder Boots, not a big fan. Protector's Gloves, maybe? If you had 2 pieces of Protector set, you get Light Fortification and +1 bonus to AC. Now, mind you, I don't know what Light Fortification does, so keep that in mind. We'd have to look that up. Devoted Goggles gives you a bonus to spell points and heal. Not terrible. Bonus to positive spell power. We're not super spell powery. I mean, +5 bonus to run speed just doesn't suck. +1 to hit, +2 sneak attack. I mean... take the Pathfinder Boots. I don't really need Expeditious Retreat that often. I don't need Tumble +3, keep that in mind. But if I do find another Pathfinder-y thing, then I will utilize it. I'm going to drop this in the all my clickies in my last box, my last pack. Let's run up here. We'll become a level 3 druid. I think maybe I just go pure druid and just go with it. Level 3 druid. Sure. Concentration, spellcraft, heal. Done. We gained a feat of wilderness lore. We get to pick a feat. So natural fighting. While in druid animal form, you get +4 to melee power. In bear form, you get +50% strike through chance. In bear form, wow, why is all the bonuses in bear form? That sort of sucks a little bit, to be honest with you. I'm a little annoyed. Oh, you get all this shit in bear form. But what about not in bear form? To be honest, like what the hell is that about? One of the only bitches I have about this game is that these windows are not expandable. So you can't see a lot of this crap. I really want to see more of these. I mean, I think we take Natural Mastery. But man, I'm bummed about the bear form. Maybe I should be in bear form instead of wolf form. So now I'm going to go into the tavern. Because I know in a tavern you can redo your spells. There's my Cure Lay Wounds, so that's good. Align Fang. Ugh, I don't know what that is. Bypass Alignment. I don't care that much. Bull Strength gives plus 4 enhancement bonus to Strength, so that could take over for Rams a little bit. Lesser Restoration doesn't suck because it kills things that reduce your stats. Resist Energy also doesn't suck. Summon Nature's Ally 2 wouldn't suck also. Oh, but we get that for free. Like that has to be. Pack Presence. Form a link between the leader and your pack. Reduce or increase your minions' hate generation by 75%. And all your crap. Yeah, that doesn't suck. I'm going to take Lesser Restoration, maybe. I wouldn't mind. I wouldn't mind Bull's Strength, and then I'd have to get rid of Ram's Might. I'm not sure what else I take. Maybe Long Strider. Maybe Jump, strangely enough. Tell you what, let's pop Bull Strength in there for now. And then let's go and we'll take Ram's Might out. And we will take... we'll take Long Strider instead. Done. So we will take those spells. That one goes away. We take Long Strider there. And we put Bull Strength on the bar. And we'll put a heal on 3. And that is where we're at. Okay. So I do think it's almost midnight. So I think I'm going to actually call it here. And we will go into the dungeon and finish this thing and get out of Korthos tomorrow, maybe. I'm gonna have to figure out a good schedule because I do also want to obviously continue my Vagabond run and so on. So, in any case, I do thank Fleablock. I enjoyed that conversation. JJ Sunshine, thank you for chatting with me. Dustin, of course, always good to see you. And Gus, And East, thanks a lot. The Magic Realm video should be up tomorrow, and it should finish it out. So it's a very, very good ending, by the way. So I think you'll enjoy that if anyone's interested in Magic Realm. That's how the channel started. There's like 20 plus games on here of Magic Realm to watch. So look it up. I will talk to y'all later. Thanks a lot for hanging out with me tonight. This is DDO, Dungeons and Dragons Online. It is probably my second favorite MMO of all time, behind City of Heroes. It is a surprisingly good MMO for a game that came out in 2006. The graphics, of course, are crap. The combat's a little floaty. The character build system is the best thing you will see quite a bit. So, it's World of Warcraft and D&D 3rd edition, all rammed into one gigantic, chaotic, wonderful mess. Very cool. And it might not be for you, but if you like character builds, it might be for you. So, we'll see you. We'll see you tomorrow. I think maybe we'll try to do something tomorrow. We don't do anything on Saturdays, of course, but either tomorrow or Sunday. So, talk to you later. Thanks a lot. Bye-bye.